Now, buying and selling property is a transaction no longer the sole domain of traditional estate agents. Now, these days, many homes are marketed and sold via the internet alone. A South African pioneer in internet property marketing is Private Property. And while they facilitate the sale of thousands of homes, they also provide a roof for the less fortunate by supporting the Live Village. It all started with a vision of a town on a hill. Live is a complete little village, a safe haven for Mzansi's orphan children. One of their biggest corporate supporters is a company dedicated to finding homes for all South Africans, Private Property.
I think the biggest need that Live has is cash. So we do try and do some cash donations. So over the last 2 years, we've managed to raise some cash from the Spa Babies Challenge. So a lot of small things that make a difference, and I think that's what Live is really all about. You don't have to donate hundreds of thousands of rands. If you can't do it, you can come and do something small.
There are over 5 million orphaned and vulnerable children in South Africa. This fact touched former SA cricketer and Natal rugby player Titch Smith's heart, and he founded the Live Village.
We believe the restoration of the family, so we put a mum, we find mums that we feel have called to look after children. They go on training for 4 months. They then come and live on the village for a couple of months to see if they fit into village style living, and then we start to give them children. They call me Bubba Smith. I've become their father. Yeah, it's an amazing privilege. You know, to see these children, their lives being restored and transformed, and just to be the security. So yeah, it's been probably the greatest privilege of my life to be part of this job. We've had amazing support from many people and been able to build the village. And so we have 96 homes. We built 20-odd classrooms for the school. We built the Early Childhood Development Center. The clinic's finishing this month. We have a therapy center for occupational therapists and psychiatrists, psychologists. We have a homes management facility and social services. Private Property have been amazing supporters of Live. Right from the beginning, Justin and Sue, with a heart for the children. For us, obviously, we appreciate the money, but we think it's more than that. We want people to walk the journey with us. And Private Property are one of those companies that have prepared to walk the journey. And their support, their love and encouragement has increased almost on a weekly and monthly basis. So those are the kind of people we're looking to partner with us going forward.
Titch's wife Joan is a co-founder of the Live Village. She believes no child should be mother or fatherless.
You know, it's just the most incredible privilege to be here and to be part of these children's lives, to watch them transform before our very eyes from damaged, broken children to just blossoming. And it's really love is the key to the whole thing. That's an incredible thing to see, how he interacts with the kids as a father, and just to watch him interact with them on a one-on-one basis as well as groups. He takes them off the village for treats, just so that he can talk to them about father-son, father-daughter stuff.
Joan's famous son, big wave surfer Grant Twiggy Baker, is an ambassador for Live Village. He and his fiancée, Kate Lovemore, spend quality time at the village.
My father actually passed away when I was 17, and Titch has been like a father figure to me ever since. He's pretty much been my dad. I couldn't have asked for a better person, you know, a better role model. And, you know, obviously what he's done here with my mom at the Live Village has just been incredible. And I'm just, you know, so proud of both of them, and, you know, proud to call him my dad on Father's Day.
My hope and my dream is that South Africa becomes known as the country that look after their children. And we can truly do that if everybody will contribute.
The role of a good father in a boy's life makes the world of difference. Live and Private Property supports the Father's Day worldwide campaign that helps to build, maintain and celebrate father-son relationships.
So important and such a big privilege for us to be involved with organizations like Private Property and the Live Village and Titch and the work that he does there to provide these children with the necessary father figures in their lives. Especially when you consider the fact that it was found that 80% of prison inmates at Pollsmoor did not have a father figure in their lives, and that contributes to quite a lot of the breakdown of society and what we're seeing happening today. Now, I've got Megan De Beer with me here, who's a psychologist, to talk about the importance of the father-son relationship and you know, how it goes to building society. Thank you very much for joining us, Megan. So how important is that, to have a father-son and a healthy father-son relationship at that?
Yeah. I think it is paramount because what's very clear is that a father is the role model of masculinity for a boy as he grows. Through this process of being at home is about coaching a boy and training a boy to understand his place in society and to really get to grips with who he is and what he can do. And a father is paramount in that process. I think I'd like to answer that by saying what happens if a father is completely absent. Now, I don't want single mothers to get a fright here, but if there is no male role model whatsoever in a boy's life, we have binge drinking goes up, we have rates of drug abuse going up. We have suicide rates going up, which is alarming for boys who are not. And then, of course, as you've already said, crimes and sentencing to prison seems to be with boys who do not have a really proactive, engaged father who's looking out for his interests. So I think the most important thing is that a father offers the backbone to a boy. So as he goes out into the world, he feels a confidence and a grounding in who he is. And that is more important in many ways to our society right now than, you know, the kind of just a boy being nurtured by a mother to make him feel safe and loved. He needs to be able to have the skills to step forward and step up to the plate, and a father offers that.
And it's amazing to see, you know, in that interview, Titch really got emotional about the role that he plays in these young people's lives. And you have a particular young person in Twiggy Baker who's now reached the pinnacle of his sport as a surfer. And
it's the most incredible story, this, because if you look at the father figure, Tish, he comes across with deep humanity, love. He shows the nurturing side. He's an excellent role model for those kids. Plus, he's got that concept that children need to be raised in a village. And it's not up to just one single man to kind of lead the way. But what I love is he also has been a role model to this beautiful young man who's a great surfer around the world and a role model now to other young boys. And this boy didn't have a father, and he turned to Tish, you know, and what a beautiful father figure with...
I want to talk to the fact that you mentioned single mothers a little bit earlier on. You said you don't want to scare them, but, I mean, I think there are single mothers out there that are doing incredible work. I was raised by a single mom and fortunate to have my grandparents who were there for me. But, you know, she was my rock, and it was based on the lessons that I learned from her that taught me to be the man that I am today. What do single mothers out there do in order to make sure that their sons, more specifically, receive the right kind of guidance to be the men we want to have in society?
The thing that I always tell my mothers is that we don't understand as women firsthand this process of testosterone really hitting. So as a boy leaves his 10s, 11-year-old area and moves towards 12 and 13, testosterone hits. We've never experienced that as women. We don't know the impact that has on his entire being, because it affects every cell in his body. So I always encourage my mothers, first and foremost, understand that masculinity unfolds differently to femininity. That's not to say we are not equal, because I certainly believe we are 100% equal as males and females, but we bring different energies and we bring different qualities. So women need to, and single moms particularly, need to understand that she can't raise her boys only in a feminine way. She needs to give all the nurturance and the love, but understand that a boy often needs the male group, male friends, action, task-driven activities, and hierarchies sometimes. Boys need hierarchies as they're growing up, and the kind of boundaries. So boys need other things to to what girls need. But the love, of course, is
most
as you know, is absolutely important.
And I think also added to that is the fact that, a lot of the male figures in a young boy's life, whether you are a brother, a friend, a cousin, if you are in a position to mentor a young man, it is your responsibility as a man to teach this growing boy what it means to be a man to society, what it means to be a man to a woman, to a sister, and to females out there in the world. It all lies in our hands. So thank you very much.
Amen
Megan.
to
We really
that.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Now, there'll be some exciting projects unfolding, especially when you look at next year. There's a Father's Day worldwide project that will be unfolding here in South Africa. We'll bring you details of that later on. But yes, as I said, I think that it's time that men started taking responsibility for being the building blocks of the society we live in today. Stay tuned. We'll be back with your Feel Good Breakfast Show.